Hotel Bravo 9er Space from October Romeo 4 ISS. Hotel Bravo 9 Space from October Romeo 4 India Sierra Sierra, loud and clear. Jean-Claude, it is so good to hear your voice, and I am ready to address the kids and their questions and everybody from our friends at ESA. Over. It's a real pleasure and honor to speak with you. All of Expedition 72 sends you warm greetings. Over. Hey, Jeff, great to hear your voice as well, and I hope we didn't embarrass ourselves too much in talking to ASC, but what a great fun that was. Over. Hi, Maxime. Currently, there are 11 of us on board the ISS because we have overlapping crews. 4 of us are about to go home in the next few days, and that'll get us down to our normal crew complement of 7. Right now, it's just U.S. and Russian, so there's a lot of Russian and English joking going on board. Over. Hello, Tomas. Well, we didn't have to pack too much to come to the ISS because other people did that for us. It has to be packed very tightly and very carefully. But on the opposite side, we've had to pack a lot of luggage to go home back to Earth from the ISS. And that's what I'm going to do as soon as we're finished with this AMPAS. Over. Hi, Nora. That's a great question. I think how the human body adapts to zero gravity and how we become kind of space creatures, extraterrestrial creatures who function really well in 3 dimensions is probably the most surprising thing to me, and how that happens and all the processes involved. My passion is space medicine and the human in zero gravity, and that to me is the most amazing thing. Over. And Matthew, that's a great question. My specialty is space medicine, and I have a textbook on that, so it's something very important to me. We have had some medical issues up here, and so we have our own medical facility, and we have the ability to treat the most likely things that we see, which we have done, we have seen, and we have done. And there is a discipline of space medicine out there that covers exactly your question. It's very interesting, and there's so much more to know. And when I get back, I will tell you all about it. Over. Hi, Sophia. So when we're above the atmosphere and when we get into a very dark module with a good window and we turn off all the lights, then yes, the stars are much brighter up here. It's really quite amazing. And recently we've had the pleasure of looking at a comet Chucheshan Atlas, and seeing that against the bright stars has been really spectacular. Over. Hey, Guillaume. Well, the short, simple question is it smells like your crewmates, mostly inside the ISS, and the food that you eat. Interestingly, whenever we bring something in from open space, whether docking a new spacecraft or coming in from a spacewalk, we have this burnt metal smell that we kind of call the smell of space. But inside, it smells like people live here, and it's actually very pleasant. Over. that's a really good question. Every crew member has a private sleeping quarters, which is very small but very quiet, and that is the place where we sleep at night, and I would say if we want privacy, that's where we get it. But I would also say that there are other places that are very magical, like the cupola, where the windows show you an incredible view of the Earth. And if you want to recharge your mental batteries, that's really an amazing place to be. Over. I know it. That's actually a complicated question. Different parts of your body recover at different timelines. We'll get our sense of balance back, and we'll put our blood volumes back in several days or a few weeks or so, but it may take months to recover the bone and muscle loss that you've had from just being in zero gravity. But part of that is a good thing because you retain some adaptation so that when you fly again, you adapt much quicker. This is my third flight, and I adapt very, very quickly from compared to my prior flights. And so some of that adaptation is still there. It never really does recover back to normal, and that can work for you. Over. That's a great question. We actually have an app on a tablet that does that for us. It was developed actually by ESA, and everything that I eat up here, most of what I eat, I scan, and it tells me the exact calorie count and all of the nutrients and electrolytes and energy balance for whatever I'm eating. So at the end of the day, I can look and see that I've eaten, and my typical day is 3,000 to 3,500 calories each day, and I know what that breakdown is because of this app. So yes, we have to count, but it's actually very easy to do thanks to this new app. Over. No, that's a great question. Once we learn to think three-dimensionally, we learn to fly around the objects and move very heavy things in a very easy fashion. It takes a while to get to that point. Before that, sometimes you get disoriented or you run into things quite a bit. But in general, once you become three-dimensional and you learn that just enough force to move you and just enough force to restrain you, which is very small, makes being in the absence of gravity very pleasant and very easy to work in. Over. I think I heard about trouble sleeping at the start of the day stay up here. I sleep very well up here as soon as I arrive to the point I leave, so I had no trouble sleeping. Over.